All right. Sup, guys? So, first of all, probably the most important thing I want to address before we get too far. I'm always going to be wearing this shirt whenever I'm doing model stuff. Whether it's, I also put on the same pair of jeans. It's a matter of, here we go, we're live. Sup, Cole? Anyway, I wear the same clothes due to the fact that they're already beat the hell. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, I think, well, since you're here, Cole, what do you say? Do you say that I put together the athern tanker car first? Which I've never put a tanker together. Or do I go with box cars? Or not box cars, cattle cars. And again, there's a caboose too. I might just do the caboose. All right, I'll do cattle cars. I'm down with cattle cars. Is this, that one's not a stock car. But it'll be all right. Okay, there's where my screen went. Now I don't have Katie couplers, but I'll show you how to install couplers. Why is my computer doing stupid things? All right. Okay, there we go. Do I have a cattle car left? That's a work train. That's on the to-do list. That's the caboose. I lied. I do not have cattle cars left. Unless this one's technically classed as a cattle car. Nope, it's just a box car. I lied, but I'll show you how to make them. They're easy. It's basically a stock car anyway. I should have grabbed my other screwdrivers. I thought about it. That's the important thing, I think. I always dump my parts into one of these boxes. I need to do better with my lighting setup. All right, so you'll get a thing like this. I wonder. No, I don't have any lights or anything. But so I would suggest going out and getting a bottle of tester's glue for plastic models. Yeah, I need to do this better than what I did last night. This went up there. This went like this. Because I like to glue everything in place, except for like the actual, if there's something that'll need to come off, like the body and frame will eventually need to come off. Yeah, that'll be glued right. I'm pretty sure. Indent side down should be right. Why do you not want to snap into place today? There we go. Is that right? Yes, it is. All right, I get my glue and paint. The paint I get, because it's all from the same place. My Tester's enamel paint thinner, my Tester's oil paint, and my acrylic paint I all get from Hobby Lobby. There's not Hobby Lobby had irritated me a while back. So I had sworn off buying from them for some time, and it's a stupid thing, but it's not stupid. Or rather, it's a dumb reason, kind of, not really. They sold a train set that it had, what was it? Was it the Chattanooga? I think it was the Chattanooga. It's a Bachmann train set with smoke. Smoke fluid comes in the train set. It's a small amount. Not a big deal. Train set ran fine. I had no issues with the train set. In fact, I have the train. Still have the train. I actually took the smoke unit out for another project that I need to do. But I went there because I had bought this train set from them, and I put this one in upside down. And I went, hey, do you guys sell smoke fluid? Dude couldn't help me. Said if it wasn't on the floor, which they didn't have smoke fluid on the floor, that they couldn't get it. If it wasn't on the floor, it wasn't in the warehouse. So I pretty much said, fine, I'm done with you guys. If I need something, I won't come to you. Well, eventually I ended up having to go back and get stuff anyway, so I forgo it, but I don't buy any train sets there unless they're on sale, which is seldom, but I do have one. And should this channel ever hit 1,000 subscribers, and that number may get dropped down, what I did was I clipped those bars into place and I slid these onto the rail. It really didn't show very well. Here we go. I didn't get to show this off very well. All right. On one of the cars, but that's my story with Hobby Lobby having irritated me. You'll see these weights if you buy any, and they've got these round holes in them. Well, if you look, there's round pegs on this if I catch it in the light right. And you slide these on here. And then there's these plastic washers. Well, the plastic washers, you just take them apart. And that holds your weight down in place. And then if a person felt like it, you could glue them in place and everything. And then you would take, and this is a horn hook, and I don't use horn hooks. I could use them at home and put them in train cars that I'll run at home, but I don't run my train cars really at home. You would take these coupling box covers after you separate them, if they want to separate. And there's a screw that you would put in there after you press it together. So it would look like that. And then you just put a screw right in there. But yeah, Hobby Lobby lost my business for a little while. And actually, I've not been back to Hobby Lobby for a little while. This is after I decided I was going to buy my stuff there again. But it's just because I don't know. No, I've been there. I was there a couple months back because I went and got some jewelry trained for another project. I got a lot of projects I need to get done and to work on. And I'm not going to put the wheels on because I'll put metal wheels on. This is a car I actually wouldn't use my acrylic paint on. Testers makes a really good paint that I really like. And I've not done before and afters with that paint yet. Well, actually, I have, but I haven't done anything with videos. Yeah, it came with plastic wheels with metal axles. Most of your roundhouse and athern blue box cars are going to come with these kind of wheels. They're going to be a metal axle, but a plastic wheel. Now, I have one of these boxes full of those kinds of wheels. That being said, I might sell them to somebody who actually wants them. I would be more than open to do it. And I would just do, I don't know, $10 or $10 for I don't know how many. Because I just don't use them. And I'd rather they go to somebody who's going to use them. Now, in the same sense, I'm also going to sit here and go, plastic wheels aren't worth it. Metal wheels are much better. But as a modeler, you decide what you want to do. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do. And I want all of my stuff to be able to be set up and run at the club that I'm a part of. Okay. So I've got these. I don't know how well you guys can see there. I had it. See these little black things sticking up? What I'll do is I'll either take an X-Acto and file it going, or an X-Acto, or a flathead screwdriver, or I'm starting to see if I can get it with a file. And actually, I just need to push it down. The next car we do I want to do one where I got to paint? Or I guess I really don't have to paint. But do I want to do one where I can paint? I might just do one where I paint. That bit into that decently. And then some of these, I don't know if I have, I've got to have at least one. That needs to be built, mind you. I know I have several that are already built. Oh, shit. I forgot a part of this. Oh, I'm trying to watch my swearing. Have you been? Funnily enough, okay, since you asked about the undecorated, I actually have a locomotive right here. It actually is semi-decorated. Since you asked about locomotives, it is semi-decorated. It's part of a project I'm working on. And I'm glad I didn't show too much of it. And I'm glad it sits behind me. Because there's some colors to it. That I've been working on. Not only that, there was a car last night I put together. Where might we be? Here we are. A nice black car. Very black. Come on, scroll down. There we go. I figured out how to get light over here. I actually bought this car. It's just a straight black undecorated. Will it be painted? Possibly. Do I have the paints to do it? Yeah, I have whatever paint I really want. I can go sunflower yellow. What else do I have? Stoplight red, numerous greens, sky blue, dark blue, mediocre blue. I also have steel and aluminum right off the top of my head that I can think of. And I'm actually going to do something I didn't do with the other car. That is also a way that I will do this. I should be a lot more careful with this than what I'm being. And is there one of these? Okay, it's not. But this glue is actually really funny how it behaves. It's like a plastic weld. Oh, yeah, if you want to do Bachmann spectrum. Okay. I actually have a Bachmann spectrum. In fact, it's sitting on the floor right below me. Well, a little to my left, but below me. It's actually not hard to change out the horn hooks on those and make them either Katie's or Bachmann Easy Mate or whatever your preferred knuckle coupler, or if you wanted to leave it horn hooks. It's not hard to do any of that. It's no different than we have this boxcar here, for example, because it's already in front of me. It's no different than taking the coupler box off this, slapping a new Katie in there, and resealing it. It's one of the easiest things you can do, honestly. Like, you do it once, you learn your mistakes. I think I've put 40 cards together-ish. No, I can't have put 40. I've at least put a good 20 to 30 cards together. That being said, you do one, you've done them all. You do 5 of them, you learn which way the hook is at, or which way the coupler hook on it, because there's that swirl that comes off the knuckle to simulate brake line and air hoses. But once you've done it a couple of times, you know exactly how it's supposed to sit. It'd be like me putting this in. And for example, this would be part of your brake line, the little stick-up part. I know I've got great lighting. And putting it in like this. And having that horn hook sit like that. Oh, if only I could get it set up the way I want it to look. But having it set up like that. And then you go, oh, no, that's not right because the boxes or the car's upright. I need to flip that. So you flip it back over. You flip this after you undo it all. You learn. It's part of the learning experience. And then, so on this, it came with these black ones. But if you don't want to use the black ones and you want to go with the color of the car, you have brown coupler boxes. And this will just sit in here because now we're done with it for, well, actually, we haven't put the brake wheel on. The brake wheel can be fun to get off one of these. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's not. I would suggest if you're going to do these, you need a set of X-Acto knives. Mine, I think, is just a very plain version of X-Acto knives where I get the knives in this box busted, which isn't a big deal to me. And it's just some chisel blades. Now, if you wanted, I would honestly say if you want to get Bachmann Spectrum, keep in mind, I can't promise that Bachmann Spectrum is going to come with DCC fitted, let alone DCC and sound. Oh, I need to watch this because otherwise we might end the video here very, very soon. I went to school with a guy. He had an X-Acto like I have in my hand. He was doing something with it and he went and he dropped it. Well, he no more than dropped it and it was going like this. He went and reached his hand out to get it and he got caught right in the middle of the palm. X-Actos are not something I would recommend anybody play with. And that's coming from me. And I've done some things with some knives. But X-Actos I won't do any kind of fun tricks with. It's not worth it for me. It's definitely not worth going and getting x-rays done in my hand when I can't afford it. Let alone for doing stupid things. It's one thing if I do it and I earn it. But yeah, you gotta be careful with knives. The brake wheel is definitely something I would glue in. Out of all this stuff, the most important one, in my opinion, to glue in is the brake wheel. And what's nice about the ones, the Athern Blue Box compared to the athern, or compared to the roundhouse. Well, actually, this might have been a later run at roundhouse, because it doesn't make you put in the check valve, the air tank, the check valve's there, or the cylinder piston, which you can't really see, I don't think. But does this one make you do it? Because I kind of really want to put this one together. Maybe not today. It's definitely going to be, I want to have a member at the club help me. And then maybe after 3 of these cars, I can put one on. Because I don't feel like reading instructions a bunch. 40-foot Southern Pacific. Is this that caboose? No, it's not. Is this one? Oh, this is one like the other one that I messed up last night. But this one has the running boards molded already. Okay. Go like that. Go like this. It makes me almost wonder if somebody didn't try to build this before I did. Ooh. Send me links. Send me links. I got a little bit of money to burn. Is it DCC? But in these kits, there's a little bit of instruction. And this actually... Okay, send me links. Okay, you did send me links. Ooh, I take it back. I don't like that color scheme. Like, I'm down for the Rio Grande. I really am all day long. But not for that yellow. That's a very, very vibrant. That's almost Union Pacific yellow, but at least UP does it straight all the way through. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way for $129, but that's not a bad price. I don't think. Depends on what's all wrong with it. All right. Back to this. You take your weight, plop it in to the pegs, just like you do on the other one. This is just a little bit longer. Then there's pegs on this that line up, or not pegs, but there's an empty cavity where it lines up into these. And I forgot to open this, because this is where all the screws, the wheels, and everything else is. And you know, going back to that locomotive that I looked at, if it's only DCC for $129, that's not bad. You would end up spending, if you wanted both units powered and both to be DCC and sound, you would end up spending another $300, which you're just making it DCC, and that's up to you what you want to do. But I also need to get rid of these wheels because, like I said, all of the wheels from this era are going to be metal axle with plastic wheels. and I can't run them at the club, and I want all of my stuff to be interchangeable with whatever I want to run at the club. Say today I want to run it at the club, fine. If I want to bring it home and start up a model on the carpet that I have, which is bad for the locomotive and everything, but say I want to do it anyway, then I want to do it. And nobody's going to tell me no, and I'm going to do what I want. It's got to go like this. And what's nice about Athern is they didn't do the screws. They did a clip on the coupler box. But I'm not really going to do anything with the coupler boxes because there's no point if I don't have the Katie couplers or Protomax couplers that I'm going to use, which I'm probably going to do Katie number 5 whiskered couplers. And I'm probably going to need to go get my other screwdriver, because this one just wants to slip. Which is fine, but I don't want to damage my screw head. Give me 30 seconds. I got to walk away for just about 5 seconds. Time for a much bigger screwdriver. But yeah, it comes down to how badly do you want a locomotive? That's always the biggest thing. I'll tell you right now, and I won't tell you the locomotive because it probably won't be seen here on my channel. It's probably going to go straight to the club after I get it. I'm looking at dropping $400 on a locomotive I would very much like, and in my opinion, it's worth the $400. That being said, in somebody else's opinion, it's probably not worth $400. And it's a thing where I'm going to make sure that all my bills are paid before I go through and I do this. It's also a thing where I've got a guy, I'm going to have him help me with my truck. I'm going to make sure that my truck is going to be up and running. Not that you guys need to know any of this, but I'm here and I'm going to talk about my life and what's going on in my life. But I'm going to make sure everything's paid for, everything's golden. And then I'm going to drop $400 getting a locomotive from another country. Because it's going to come from the UK. And it's a UK locomotive anyway. And I do love me a good UK locomotive. They just had, compared to the American locomotives are bigger and more powerful, which is fine. I don't have a problem with bigger and more powerful. But Oh yeah, the UK locos. They are a very, very ornate. And as a person, I don't like to use the word beautiful too often. They are a beautiful, beautiful grouping of locomotives. And I mean beautiful paint schemes. Which one is the SNCF? I can't think of it right offhand. I know there's British Rail. Isn't SCNF the one that had... Wasn't that the old Bluebell? I might be wrong, but I think I might be right. I feel like I got... Okay. What I know about France, if I'm right, that's a big if. France had one of the first monorails. Really, I should have gone live with OBS because then I could have looked it up. But if I'm right, it was a very nice, weird monorail. You know the one I'm talking about, how the rail was actually in a triangle? Train of Thought, I think, did a video on it. No. Who was it? Somebody did a video. I watched it. Was it Train of Thought or was it there's a guy, he owns a couple of his own locomotives. Lori, I think, or something like that. God, this is giving me just as much trouble as last night. Okay, there we go. There's little indented things. Come on. Nope, that's not what... Oh, that might have been the video I watched. I'll see if I can find a picture. It's gonna be go like that. Come on. No, that's the locomotive I want to get. And I do not want to be looking at that. France's monorail. Nope, not that. Not that at all. The first monorail. Come on, Google, work with me here. Was it the first monorail system? No. The first steam monorail. It's Irish. It's Irish. This is it. It's a very, very odd looking locomotive. It's got two boilers on either side to offset it. And the turntable is really cool. I suggest anybody who's into it looks it up. It's cool. All right, you have a good night. I think I'm finished putting the door on this car, and I might just call it a night. Though I think the next video I do, I'm going to detail these cars up. I definitely think I'm going to rust them up a bit. Because by 19, let's see, it's new 5 of 48. If it was still running on the rails, which knowing the railroad, there's a high possibility of that. There's definitely a high possibility of that. They would be very heavily roached, as I like to put it, which means either all of the rusty paint or none of the rusty paint. Oh, duh, I could have just bent the door after I got the runners on. Run it back a time or two. All right. And that's another car successfully done. I think if I do this again tomorrow, which I don't think I'm going to, I think we're going to do Railroader tomorrow. I think Railroader definitely sounds like a good plan. I think the next time I do this, might paint some cars, or I'm going to build the what is it? The caboose. I think we'll build the caboose in the next one. Well, the next one we build cars in. But all right. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. See you guys later. Bye.